Fellow Africans, I speak to you again as a son of the soil. The Japanese government have officially announced their formal opening of their border for all Africans to migrate. So henceforth, every African citizen that wants to travel or migrate to Japan can go to Japan any day, anytime, without visa. It's a visa-free country. That's what Japan is henceforth. So, what all of you that have been listening to me from the world will be grateful for is just the historical pattern that I always use to drop my message, always. Today, I will not fail to do that as well. So I will go historically. Japan have never ever opened their border anytime their country is working, anytime they are at peace, anytime that Japan is good. But now that Japan is at the verge of collapsing, now that Japan is at the extreme of destruction, that is when Japan have decided to open their border for animals that is coming from Africa to migrate and fight for them and liberate them. I'm coming. Japan created a particular space that is meant for any African that migrates their country without visa, so that they'll be easily identified. They don't want those Africans to mix with their main citizens, because if Africans should mix with their citizens, it will be a problem for them. That is why they brought out a particular space for Africans, so that if Africans are done with what they want Africans to do, they can easily send Africans back in. That's their number one aim. So during the Second World War, that started from 1939 and ended officially in 1945, before the creation of the United Nations Organization, France, Britain, and America came to Africa and hired African able-bodied men to fight their own part of the war for them. And after France in particular, were done with the World War II, and it was time for them to settle those Africans because they won. Africans were the one that was at the forefront fighting for the people of France. But in 1945, when the World War ended, do you know what happened? Africans that fought were waiting patiently in a place that is calm and quiet and open. Do you know what France did? France came and surrounded our forefathers that fought that war in 1945, and unalived all of them. All of them. There was a brutal genocide on our forefathers in 1945 in France. All of them were brutally unalived. That is when Africans might have achieved what made them to come to Africa to hire Africans. Now it is time for Japan to hire Africans again. If you are done achieving what made them to hire you this time, my brothers, my sisters, you'll be unalived. Mark my words. If your brother or your sister goes to Japan and never return, go and bring out this video and post it for everybody to hear. You will be unalived. You will not be rewarded. France never rewarded those that fight for them during the World War II. The same with Britain, America. Do you know what France also did in 1961 in the Sahara region? France went and tested their atomic bomb in the Sahara Desert, killing thousands of citizens of Africa. That is why Nigeria broke up with France in 1961 under the government of Sir Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. So this should serve as a lesson to you. Do not go to Japan. I repeat, there is nothing in Japan to get. There is everything to get in Africa if you remain in Africa and build it. Nothing is in Japan. All you need is in Africa, because the whole world is focusing on Africa, because what it takes to live and survive in this world lies in Africa, and only in Africa majorly. Not even in Asia. More updates like this, follow Strategy of Africa. 2 minutes giving, says the expected anti-monopoly capitalism.